Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to the Standards Learning and Accountability Committee meeting. It's 10 o'clock, and I would like to call this meeting to order. It is my observation that we do have a quorum. We would like to thank all who are here this morning, all of our visitors who are in attendance. Thank you for your interest in the work of the State Department. Committee members, are there any objections to approving the minutes as presented? Okay, hearing none, the minutes are approved by unanimous consent. Okay, are there any objections to approving the agenda as presented? Hearing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. We would like to, before I go any further, welcome our newest committee member this morning, Jackie Terrible, close, Terrible. Terrible. Amen. She is from the 16th district, 16th circuit of York and Union, and we're so glad to have you as a part of our team. All righty. And for those of you that are here, again, welcome. We're glad to see you this morning. Today, we have two items for approval. We will begin with the first standard learning and accountability item, item 01. It's the South Carolina College and Career Ready English Language Arts Standard. It's our second reading, and it will be presented by Ms. Casey Cook, team leader of the Office of Assessment and Standards Division of College and Career Readiness. Good morning.
So good to be here today. Once again, I'm honored to speak on behalf of the Office of Assessment and Standards and our team here. So I'm representing the team today to present our English Language Arts standards for the second and hopefully final read today. So in November, we presented the standards and talked a little bit about what we were proud of, the demographics, the changes that we've made, such as narrowing down strands, standards, and the work that this team has done to create what we think is a rigorous, developmentally appropriate, science-informed document. So we are excited and ready to present those standards to you today and to begin the preparation to support the field in the rollout process. Any questions?
One thing I would just ask, in that we have now a new committee, would it be something, because I know we'll have to deal with this as part of the consent agenda, but could we request of her to come back so that the full committee could hear, much as we are doing with another item, at 1 o'clock for the meeting, so that there could be an overview, so that people who are now part of it are aware more fully?
I agree. I agree.
Happy to do that. Thank you.
Okay, are there any questions for Ms. Cook at this time? I do want to say something, though. I first want to thank you all for hearing what we had to say at that first reading and for making the adjustments and adding and doing the things that you all did. That meant volumes to me. And I just heard you say, something in effect of being able to roll it out. So I guess I may be ahead of myself, but I just want to know if you're going to have a task force of some kind. And the reason why I'm asking this is because we have English teachers. Some are going through the process of becoming certified. You know, they may be going through that the process because of the teacher shortage. And so I'm asking, and I think I heard you say that there will be some sort of a task force of educators who are going to be willing to help assist, especially impaired districts with these standards. I love what I saw. I was excited about it, and I just want to make sure that, and I know we're on the same page, but I just want to say that I know that there will be an intense and purposeful support from you all to address districts with instructional deficiencies, academic shortcomings and weaknesses in order for this to be what it should be. And it's an awesome document, and I'm happy about it. And I think basically, in your thoughts and in your plans, would you entertain or consider that there's a need for purposeful, ongoing implementation of these standards in the districts in South Carolina that are committed to being college and career ready? You know, I would hate for this beautiful piece of work not be realized and not be supported to help those teachers that may, be struggling. So, one more thing. I'm old school. Okay, so a long time ago, there was a senior portfolio, and some districts still may be doing it, where in that portfolio there were resumes and letters of references, good essays, career goals, plans, all these things, exams, things that a student, when they graduated, they would have, to refer to as they go on their way to be college ready. Right, so I was just hoping, and we're just wondering if you would even think about something like that, or, just toss it around. But thank you again. I can't thank you enough.
Well, hold us accountable to answer your questions. And for the group that I've not met, I'm Christina Melton. I'm the Director of the Office of Assessment and Standards. It is great to see all of you here today, and welcome. And I want to make sure I pause. I suspect that you've already met our new deputy of CCR, Matthew Ferguson, here behind us. This is his first time, of course, with this committee, but not his first time working with our team in the Office of Assessment and Standards or the Division of CCR. Hold me accountable to answer your questions, but first I'd like to start with Dr. O'Shields, because for the full board, Dr. O'Shields, would it be helpful if we pulled up the presentation that we presented for approval in November that would summarize for the new board members to hear? If so, we'll need to retrieve that, but we could certainly have that ready by 1 o'clock. But I want to make sure I get that request accurate first.
Yes,
Is
all
that
I
what?
was looking at, because of the gravity of
Yes.
this particular item, I would just like for us here now, as the new state board, to be in support and aware, I guess aware first and then support of. But I know the process, and I know the detail, and I know the amount of work that's gone into it, but people coming in may not know that, and yet they will get questions about it, and I would like for that to be done. So it's not a mandate, it's merely a request, so that as many as can be, are aware.
We could certainly have that because we've got it ready. We could just represent that. I'll need to do a parliamentarian check between now and then to make sure what we present is in compliance with expectations. So we'll make note to do that during this time of interim. So I think that was question one. I didn't bring my pencil.
I'm sorry.
So let me start with resume writing first. Because of the feedback specifically that you gave us during the first committee, there were revisions specifically to resume writing within the standards. And hopefully, when you all have a chance to go deeper into the document, especially those of you that are new, you will see that our commitment is to make sure that our high school students have the opportunity to prepare their resume and the opportunities to present that resume with practice and with support from teaching staff. So we've captured that, we feel, but we can certainly direct the attention specifically to where to find that. So I'll ask Ms. Cook to make sure we mark that in our notes, that we can pull that out specifically for you to see. Professional development was one that I heard of interest to you. I've got a map in my office, and Deputy Ferguson has seen it already, and our team, we are updating it. I could bring that map, and I won't do that to you all, but I could if you wanted to see it. We have a map where we are actually tracking our proximity into districts. That includes virtual engagement, physical on-site engagement, and a combination of that in between. We are reaching across the state. And we know that we're building relationships with this outreach, and because the relationships we're building, that gives us a new opportunity that when it's time for the new documents to be released to support these standards, we now have new people that know us by name and know us by the focus that we have as a new office that was merged about 15 months ago. And I credit, of course, Superintendent Spearman and Deputy Mathis at that time for the vision to merge the Office of Standards and Learning with the Office of Assessment to create a new Office of Assessment and Standards in September of '21. So as far as outreach and professional development, we have a menu that we could also put on the screen if anyone would like to see it at a certain point, where we're showing the opportunities that our office is providing so that when districts call, it isn't, will you come and present? We want them to know this is our inventory, this is data specific, looking at trends in our state, which one better fits your need, and how can we make sure that we reach your expectations? What does your data say? What is your demographics of your teaching force? How can we be supportive? What are the success metrics we're looking for? So it's no longer a one-size-fits-all. It is personalized, but it is data-focused to make sure we're reaching the needs of the audience in collaboration with the district representative that has extended that invitation to us. What did I forget that you asked? Casey, did I forget a question? Rollout plan. Okay, I'm going to ask Casey to speak more specifically to that. Today is important to us because we need the approval of State Board to go into the next phase of our planning. But I would like for Casey, who's the team lead of the humanities team and has been instrumental in the process of the ELA standards, to talk through an overview of the plan that we've drafted thus far, to include some documents that we have in draft form thus far. Casey.
We are prepared after today to continue our work on the 16 documents that we already have designed and drafted. These documents are frameworks for field support. They are standards document specific. We have our team of ELA education associates ready to begin the transition to design our professional development going forward with the new standards in mind, and to start to pull away from the 2015 standards and incorporate the language of the new standards, strands, indicators, expectations. So we are excited. We have already started to create that professional development. It's going to include a variety of modalities, in person, as you heard Dr. Melton say, and personalized, as well as webinars. We already have those designed and ready to go, recordings, and larger courses that teachers can take for professional development that will enhance their knowledge and understanding, and the application piece of the new standards document. So we have that ready to go, and we'll begin transitioning our professional development to incorporate work with the new standards going forward, so that next year we are ready in the fall to support the field in that year of transition.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. It's beautiful. Are there any other questions that we would like to ask from the committee? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We now seek a motion to approve item 1 with our committee. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed by like signs. The motion carries. Thanks again so much, Ms. Cook. And I forgot, thank the department. Melton? Dr. Melton. And Mr. Ferguson, thank you all so much. Okay, our next item, item 2, additions and updates for the adoption list of formative interim assessments presented by Dr. Susan Dabney Creighton, team lead. Amen. Of the State and Test Administration Unit of the Office of Assessment and Standards. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year to everyone.
Good morning.
Legislation was passed in 2006 requiring the creation of adoption list of formative assessments in English language arts and mathematics. Later legislation added to the grade levels kindergarten so that it now is kindergarten through grade 9. This law provides test companies and other owners of assessment products the opportunity to submit their products for approval to our office to be placed on the statewide adoption list. Partial funding from the department is provided to districts that administer one or more of these assessments during a year. Currently, there are 4 tests that are on the adoption list, including MAP, which is published by NWEA, STAR, which is published by Renaissance, iReady, which is published by Curriculum Associates, and Mastery View Predictive Assessments, which is published by Instructure. The department is requesting approval of iStation's indicators of progress to be added to this list. A 2-stage process was developed to evaluate the research studies and the items submitted by companies. In the first stage, measurement experts independently review the required elements on the evaluation list. And one of them is that an experimental or quasi-experimental study is required. iStation submitted their quasi-experimental study in March 2021. We engaged 3 measurement specialists to review the data submitted by iStation using the evaluation criteria that was developed by the Education Oversight Committee and the department jointly. iStation's report didn't include a few of the elements required, but we asked them for those and they quickly submitted them. And as a result, iStation was provisionally approved for the adoption list pending the alignment study. So the second stage of the process is the alignment study. In this stage, the companies submit all or a large sample of their items to be evaluated by teachers to be aligned, to see if they are aligned with the college and career-ready standards. iStation submitted items for kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. The results are summarized in a report, and we have alignment tables showing the number of items that are aligned to the standards, the number of items that are not aligned to the standards, and also importantly, the number of items not covered on their assessment. In other words, other items in the standards that are not covered. These results will be sent to districts and posted on our website. So with this information and data, the department recommends that the board approve the addition of iStation's indicators of progress for placement on the adoption list of formative assessments. And I'd be glad to answer any questions.
So as I understand it, there are currently 4 formative assessments.
Correct,
We would then be adding a fifth.
correct.
At this juncture, do you know of any districts who would likely lean toward I-stations, or is that something that then districts will just have as their possible choice?
I don't know any districts that would lean towards this. I haven't heard anything from them, but it's been my experience since I've been doing this, since 2006, that districts administer multiple assessments, and they might use iStation for kindergarten and first grade and use iReady for the remaining grades.
I mean, I think it is very good. Please
Yeah.
don't misconstrue it as though
No.
I am against it. I am certainly for it.
Yep,
Will they continue to work? Because in looking at it, there are, in some cases, many standards not addressed.
Right.
Will that be something that they will continue to work toward trying to improve on? Because when you mention 83 standards and they're not addressed, wow, you know,
Right.
that's just becoming concerning.
yes, it is, and that's why we send the alignment tables to the districts and post it on the website so that districts can look at this. All the tests have alignment tables presented up there, so they know if they choose to look at that information, that it might not address all of the standards.
But I'm very appreciative
Mm-hmm.
that you and your team have gone to continue to provide opportunities. So don't take that with any
Right, yeah.
dissent
So,
or
yeah.
discouragement. It's just, it still has work to do in order for it
Yeah,
to sort of come in my district.
I don't know if iStation will add items to their tests or not, but I will send them the results. I have not done that yet, and maybe suggest that they might want to consider adding different types of items to their assessment.
But thank you very much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Any other?
Madam
Questions?
Chair, I'm not on this committee. Am I allowed to ask a question or a comment?
Please.
It's just I'm just interested because it says it was aligned with the 2015 ELA standards. So is there a plan to align it with the new standards?
Yes. The requirement has been that once we get new standards, all of the tests on the adoption list will be asked to,
Realign? Okay.
go through a realignment, yes.
Thank you.
And then we'll submit those tables and put them on the website.
You. Are there any other questions for Dr. Creighton? Dr. Creighton, thank you so much for your presentation. We now seek a motion to approve item 2 within our committee. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. O'Shields. Is there a second? Thank you, Ms. Terrible. I'm going to get that name. All right, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed is by like sign. Okay, the motion carries. Again, we thank you, Dr. Creighton. I was just getting ready to read that line. Okay, we now ask the committee members to approve adding SLA 1 and SLA 2 to the consent agenda, and thank you for having my back. We need a motion for 01 with the College and Career Readiness English Language Arts Standards, its second reading, and also with the additions and updates for adoption list for formative interim assessment. Do I have a motion? to
Motion,
add?
please. Motion.
And, thank you. So the motion has been made to approve, and there's been a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed by like signs, the motion carries. Thank you. Items SLA 1 and 2 will be added to the consent agenda. Is there another, anything else we'd like to talk about before we adjourn? If not, this committee has adjourned.